The relationship between fashion and literature is an interesting one, as both are expressive forms of art that reflect the cultural and social trends of their respective eras. In literature, fashion has often been used as a symbol of status, identity, and personal expression. For example, in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, the characters' clothing choices reflect their social standing and personal values. Elizabeth Bennet, the protagonist, is known for her practical and modest attire, which reflects her independent and sensible nature. While the vain and superficial Caroline Bingley favors flashy and expensive dresses to showcase her wealth and status. Similarly, fashion has been a popular theme in modern literature, with many authors exploring the relationship between fashion and identity. For instance, in Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Americana, the protagonist Ifemilu uses her love for fashion as a way to express her individuality and cultural heritage. Despite the pressure to conform to Western standards of beauty. In the same way, fashion has also been used as a tool to explore historical and cultural contexts in literature. In Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence, set in the 1870s, the clothing styles of the characters reflect the restrictive social norms and expectations of the time. Similarly, in Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale, the drab and uniform clothing worn by the handmaids symbolizes their lack of autonomy and individuality in a dystopian society. On the other hand, fashion has also been influenced by literature, with designers often drawing inspiration from literary works. For instance, the fashion designer Alexander McQueen was known for his intricate and dramatic designs that were heavily influenced by Gothic literature and Romanticism. One of the most fascinating aspects of the relationship between fashion and literature is how they both reflect and influence the culture and society of their time. Fashion and clothing are visual expressions of identity, status, and personal style, while literature is a means of exploring and reflecting on the human experience. In literature, fashion has often been used to symbolize social and cultural norms and to reflect on the relationship between identity and appearance. For example, in F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, the clothing worn by the wealthy elite of the Roaring Twenties symbolizes their decadence, excess, and disregard for social norms. Similarly, in Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, the obsession with white beauty. Standards and fashion trends reflects the societal pressures faced by African American women to conform to a Eurocentric standard of beauty. In some cases, fashion has even been used as a central theme in literature. In Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's, the protagonist Holly Golightly's love of fashion and luxury is both a means of escape from her past and a way of defining herself. In Donna Tartt's The Goldfinch, the protagonist Theo Decker's passion for antique furniture. And fashion is a way of connecting with his mother and a means of finding comfort in a world that is often chaotic and unpredictable. On the other hand, fashion has also been influenced by literature. Fashion designers have often turned to literature for inspiration, drawing on themes, imagery, and characters from classic and contemporary literature to create fashion collections. For example, designer Sarah Burton drew inspiration from the Victorian Gothic novel Wuthering Heights for Alexander McQueen's Fall 2016 collection, while designer Marc Jacobs created a collection based on the punk novel A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. Another interesting aspect of the relationship between fashion and literature is how they both offer opportunities for creative expression and experimentation. Both art forms allow for the exploration of new ideas and the pushing of boundaries, whether in terms of style, form, or content.